Welcome to SVGTV's news for Saturday, October 24, 2015. I am Rochelle Batiste. Things are not going in the right direction in SVG, so says local entrepreneur and energy consultant Herbert Haj Samuel, who says that good governance in an effective democracy, among other things, required an informed public. According to Samuel, who on Thursday delivered this year's UWI Independence Lecture, citizens must have access to sufficient information so as to properly weigh the pros and cons and to make informed choices. However, he says it is surely an interesting paradox that in this information age, yet Vincentians do not have the basic data on the operations, affairs and outcomes of the state and its enterprises.
For example, the government's digest of statistics was a 100-page document produced annually that compiled time series data on the vital statistics of this country. Its health, its production, its imports, its exports, its finances, its trade, its crime, its education, its environment, etc., etc. I say was because, excuse me, the Department of Statistics has not published a digest of statistics since 2004. St. Vincent Electricity Limited, the largest corporation in the country and which happens to be owned by the state, has not published an annual report since 2010.
Meanwhile, Samuel says that though it is clear that SVG has some manifestation of geothermal energy that has potential to be feasible harness, he says that it is not clear whether or not this energy can be mined at a reasonable cost, where the returns will be greater than the investments.
We're not really sure what that price is going to be. We're not sure what the price is going to be because of the way the project that is proceeding now has been structured. Some people have a better idea than us, the public, of what that price is going to be. But this is where we get back to the government system. Why shouldn't you know what the price is going to be? I'm an energy expert. I consult with the International Renewable Energy Agency, which is based in Dubai. I consult with the World Bank on energy markets. I don't know what the price of geothermal energy is going to be. Why is that? So that's the answer. Geothermal, I think, is going to be via the technical proposition for St. Vincent. And possibly remedies, because one prospect, if we have a large resource of geothermal energy on St. Vincent, is for a submarine transmission field to take electricity from St. Vincent, take all geothermal energy down to Beckley and the other remedy islands.
Samuel also adds that there is never a 100% success rate of drilling wells for geothermal energy, noting that the high risk involved in this project comes at a cost which could result in higher electricity rates instead of achieving the goal intended for the project, which would be to reduce the cost.
That everything goes well and geothermal energy is proven and the power plant gets designed and built and so on. Then the time comes for a negotiation between us, the government, and the private investors who put in the high-risk money at the very start, up front, where the risk was highest. What is that going to do to the cost of the electricity that comes out at the other end? Because remember, they have to be compensated for their risk. They're not in this business because they want St. Vincent to go green. They're in this business to make money. Their risk premium, the additional cost their capital is going to filter all the way through electricity rate that would be higher.
Minister of National Mobilization is urging the youths of SVG not to forget their home country after finishing their studies abroad. Frederick Stevenson says that in order for SVG to reach its full potential, the young people have to return home to offer their newfound expertise and skills. Stevenson says that when the youths go abroad and not return home, this has a number of negative impacts on the country, such as loss of skills for the source country, loss of ideas and innovation, loss of the nation's investment in education, and loss of tax revenues, but most importantly, the loss of critical services in the health and education sectors.
I want to say to the students who are receiving awards today, and those students who will receive awards in the future, that as you go about and you endeavor in your fields of study, that you do not forget the land of your birth, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You must return home to give service to this beautiful country, one of the most beautiful countries in the world. I wish for you again a happy independence, and to say to all of us that we have a country to build, and let us build it together.
Leader of the opposition New Democratic Party, Yanni Muses, at a media launch last evening by the Young Democrats, reaffirmed his party's position to create 500 jobs for young people in information technology in the first year under an NDP government. Muses told the gathering at the party's headquarters that information technology is not only important to create jobs, but also for the future development of the country. He said his party has already begun to make progress in a practical way in fulfilling their promise in the job creation in ITC.
We have a number of young people in St. Vincent already, not a large number, who are involved in this area. And one has, in fact, his own call center. I believe there's more than one, but I know about a particular one. And I remember when we launched the Ready app at Cane Grove some months ago, I made reference to the fact that the New Democratic Party is in contact with people in the technology area in different parts of the world. People who have big companies, people who are technologists in their own right, well-respected companies. And we will be in contact with them all the time with the view to improving the situation in St. Vincent as far as technology is concerned. And I know some people in the ULP laughed at that. They laughed when we said we'll create 500 jobs. But we will have the last laugh. I promise that we will have the last laugh.
The NDP leader announced that one of his constituents will soon be leaving the state for the USA, where he will undergo 3 months of training on how to run his own technology business at one of the big firms his party is looking to partner with.
He is already employing 84 people. Now, he's employing 84 people right now. And he is in his 30s. So he's going off now to meet the big boys who know how to manage and develop these operations and get updated training from people in those companies, which will help him to improve his own business. So he'll be away for about 3 months, and I think one of his staff members will also be going. We need that kind of thing. When Ben spoke a while ago, he talked about the different levels. We discussed in the call center level here. So, his name is Romain Reed, and some of you will know him. He learned a lot on his own. He opened his business. I remember when he had about 14 people, and I was really shocked yesterday to realize he had gone to 84 people working with him. So we have to congratulate young people who perform like that and give them the incentive to continue to go forward.
The ruling Unity Labour Party candidate for the South Leeward constituency in the upcoming general elections, Jomo Thomas, is calling on party supporters to tell what he terms as a good story of the ULP. At the reopening of his office last night after it was destroyed by fire on last Thursday, Thomas described the fire as mischievous. He revealed that the report from the police investigation indicates that the fire was not caused by an electrical fault, stating that all other equipment were turned off and that a single light bulb was the only electrical implement left on the half wooden, half concrete structure. The lawyer says if the fire was caused maliciously because of the current political campaign climate, this country was escalating into a dangerous politics, and called on ULP supporters to be vigilant. Thomas said that voters must also be clear that no matter what is thrown against them, they must not turn their back on a party which has improved this country. The ULP candidate for South Leeward beckoned his party supporters to continue to spread the good news of the Unity Labour Party and what they have done for the people of this country based on their policies. Thomas says it is time for Vincentians to come out of their false consciousness where they support a political party based on family history and not because of the evidence that the administration has worked to improve the nation.